All right, so next up we have Irish Joe Lynch.
Good evening, thanks very much, thank you. I've got 3 little poems for you. This first poem I wrote for Emily. Emily is the smoko girl at work, and we're all head over heels in love with Emily. How did you go, my sweet old dad? And how was work today? Sure you know yourself, I dug and dug and dug to earn my pay. At 6 o'clock I set the pace and bade the young men follow, and at 8 o'clock I was way in front. I was going like no tomorrow. Then I hummed a song, the old rocks of Bawn. Sweat flew from my grey old curl. And at 9 o'clock, I fell clean in love with the beautiful smoko girl. Did you kiss her then, my dear old dad? And her lips, were they the red of cherries and sweet like honeydew? Aye, I did indeed, I kissed her then, forgetting all my scars. And 'twas the kiss that angels do when they rendezvous above the Milky Way, and love on a blanket of stars. No, lassie, no, not I. For the wistful heart must surely grieve should prudence be allowed to die. Should wisdom don a fool's disguise and venture, oh, so near the edge of paradise, or stumble drunken through the eagle's eye, you would think it a kind of sacrilege. So, no, lassie, no, not I. Far easier I imagine myself the proud and noble Pharaoh of old, befitting to walk at sunset beside the radiant Nefertiti, silhouetted against the fiery African sky when Egypt was young and 2 hearts beat as one. Or imagine myself with youth and daring, storm the fortresses of Troy and claim the lovely Helen for my very own. Oh, and bathe with her forever in the hidden pools of Babylon, drinking deep with gay abandon from love's forbidden fountain. 'Tis then I'd brave the highest mountain, and I'd sing aloud to lesser gods, behold the lovely Helen, behold her on my throne. 'Twas long I stood, perplexed in dreamy wonder, tired old bones in filthy rags that laboured under a shimmering Queensland sun, torn hat and dirty face, swaying silent to and fro in a dry and dusty place, when all at once I heard my name, spoken like never before, and it was spoken clean on chords of gold, and it fell with grace on my aged soul like a pearl, falling into old wine. Yes, indeed, my love, it was just like a pearl, falling softly from the lips, those cherry red lips of the beautiful smoko girl. Thank you. This next one is a real harsh contrast. I wrote this under really, really sad circumstances. You see, Gillian was a friend of mine, and I call this ode to Gillian Marr. One dreary, bleak October, my soul was frozen over. No happy thoughts of present, past, or future. The stagnant waters held no sparkle. I trudged along in chain and shackle, shoulder to the grindstone, elbow grease and backbone. What happened to the music? What happened to the bird song? Whatever happened to the children's laughter? Whatever happened to the summer days? The blues and greens all turned to greys, like dying and dead romances, like all the poets' promises. Where justice lies, oh, won't you show me? The scales are rusted stock, you see. The wicked fiends, they're all protected in the lap of luxury. And the villain wins the victory, and the tyrant wins the day. And the righteous one must bear the load, and pay, and pay, and pay, and pay. And the victim's mind forever haunted, while monsters roam about undaunted, from jails and courtrooms, walking free. If there ain't a hell, man, there ought to be. please come up, help me up out of the hole. I've got something beautiful for you to share. My love, my precious love, half girl and I think half dream. If I died and come back as a strawberry, would you come back as cream? And the master lights the candle, and the maid brings in the tea, and Madame pours the pitcher, and you flow all over me, and you soak into my blushing being, and I drowned in, I suppose, with the dream that I'd return again, the stamen in your rose. In blaze your wonders on my soul, in texture, tone, and tint, and the drowsy bee will agree with me. You've stoned us with your scent. And when you're holy, pure, and good, I'll be upon your lips. But when you're bad, and when you sin like bad girls should, I'll be God's own perfume on your fingertips. I'll be the blonde in your Aryan hair, or the ebony flare in your African skin. I'll be the joke that cracks your dawn. And when you're sad, I'll be the teardrop in your gin. I'll be the willow twigs nest, soft woven round your breast. And when your soaring days are done, you'll pick me from all and fly me nigh the sun. But I fain return a one last kiss, that dreamy, leg-buckling kiss, you know, the kind of kiss that'd make a bishop kick a hole in a stained glass window. My love, my precious love, perhaps it's not an impossible dream that we once have been, and maybe again. See, they say these old bodies of ours are made up entirely of recycled atoms. Hydrogen, nitrogen, calcium, potassium, the whole kit caboodle, all in tiny, tiny atom form. And they've been recycling since the Big Bang. And so it's not inconceivable that there are little atoms right in here, in you and me, that were once a tree, or a flower, or a bird, or perhaps 100 million years ago on a dinosaur roaming around West Queensland. Or perhaps 13.8 billion years ago in a meteorite, hurtling across our brand new heavens, creating galaxies, stars and planets, not knowing how many lives they were to inhabit or perform. And then one day, they rock up right in here, in you and me. And so, my love, perhaps it's not an impossible dream that we once have been. And maybe again, perhaps it's not such a wild notion pulled from the heavens above. My love, my precious love, half girl and I think half dream. So, if I die and come back as a strawberry, I pray that you'll come back as cream. Thank you very much.